Hi everyone and welcome to today's vlog. Today we're diving into a topic that might not always make the headlines but shapes the very core of our digital world: ethics in data and model training. With tech shaping our lives, it's crucial to ask, how can we make sure that the algorithms we use and the data that we rely on serves everyone fairly? So stick around as we unravel the ethical layers in this complex field. Let's start by addressing the big question: why does ethics matter in data and AI? We're living in an age where AI is everywhere, from the apps on your phone to the systems in hospitals, government services, and more. But here's the critical point. While AI can amplify efficiency, it can also reinforce biases that make questionable decisions if not designed responsibly. A poorly trained model could, for example, make flawed predictions in hiring, healthcare, or even justice systems. Data itself isn't neutral. It's influenced by those who collect, structure, and analyze it. So, to ensure that technology works for society as a whole, we need ethical guidelines for both data collection and model training. So, with that said, let's talk about data collection. In a perfect world, data would be freely shared and everyone would understand how it's used. But the reality: privacy concerns and consent are complex issues. A lot of data used today comes from sources like social media, and it's often gathered without explicit permission or understanding from users. Imagine you're browsing online and suddenly your data is used to train a model for ad targeting without your knowledge. It feels invasive, right? This is why transparency and consent are essential in ethical data collection. To collect data ethically, companies need to clearly inform users of data use. They need to offer opt-out options and limit data gathering to only what's necessary rather than capture it all and figure it out later, which is quite often the default. This isn't just about avoiding legal trouble, it's about respecting user autonomy. When we prioritize transparency and control, we strengthen user trust, an asset in today's privacy-conscious world. Now that we have our data, the next question is, how do we train the models to be fair? Here's a harsh truth: data often reflects societal biases. If a hiring model, for example, is trained on biased data, it might favor one group over another, even unintentionally. For models to be fair, they need diverse data sets that represent all communities equitably. This means going beyond just gathering data. It's about intentionally including underrepresented groups in training data sets to ensure that AI doesn't reinforce discrimination. The current US presidential election polling is a case in point of building models that represent society. So to tackle bias, start with diverse, well-balanced data sources, test models regularly to uncover and correct biases, involve diverse teams in AI development to gain multiple perspectives on fairness. This approach not only reduces bias, but also improves model accuracy and reliability. AI models often operate in a black box where decisions are made without clear explanations. This opacity can make it difficult for users and developers alike to understand why a model makes certain choices. Imagine if a credit approval model denies someone a loan without clear reason. It is frustrating, right? Explainability is essential, especially in high-stakes decisions like these. Transparency is key for building trust and accountabilities, and so companies should Choose interpretable models where possible. Provide insights into how decisions are made and allow users to question or appeal these decisions. An AI model that makes sense at the moment is Perplexity, for example, where you can use it to search the internet and rather it just return stuff and write text, it cites those sources, which gives you an idea about where it got its data from. And this doesn't mean that every algorithm needs to be fully open, but there should be a level of transparency where users can understand why a model acts the way that it does. Accountability is the backbone of ethical AI. If a model makes a mistake, like misdiagnosing a patient or denying a rightful applicant, who's responsible? The developer? The organization using the model? Or maybe even the data provider? Accountability means having clear frameworks in place. So companies should assign responsibility for errors, document model training processes so they are available to end users, and regularly review and update models to align with evolving ethical standards because they are changing so fast. By clearly defining accountability, we create a safety net for users and establish standard models that will not operate unchecked. And so privacy is not just about securing data, it's about respecting individuals' rights. And this is where methods like anonymization and differential privacy come in. Anonymization removes personally identifiable information, while differential privacy adds noise to data, ensuring that individual privacy is maintained. And while both are great tools, they are not foolproof. Companies must stay proactive, adopting the latest privacy-preserving techniques to secure data, especially as technology advances, like it is at a rate of knots at the moment. And I don't see this slowing down. So, a few key practices include regularly updating security protocols of your data training sets and your model collection algorithms, limiting access to sensitive data, and clearly communicating privacy practices to end users. Privacy should be a continuous commitment, not a one-time checkbox. So let's bring this all together with a couple of quick real-world examples. We've seen cases in the news where lack of ethical standards has led to backlash. Think of facial recognition biases in law enforcement. In contrast, ethical frameworks have empowered companies to build trust and avoid scandal. A good example is healthcare AI, where patient data is carefully protected and algorithms are trained with rigorous oversight. Companies that employ these practices don't just follow the rules, they go above and beyond to ensure ethical AI use. And so ethics in AI isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. With technology evolving fast, so must our ethical frameworks. And this is where adaptive ethics comes into play. Companies should build flexible guidelines that adapt as new ethical challenges emerge. Regulations and regulators will play a crucial role, but tech companies shouldn't wait for laws to change. They always lag, and they should proactively set and follow their own ethical standards. So moving forward, AI and data practitioners must continuously educate themselves on ethical standards, engage in open discussions about AI's societal impacts, and be willing to adapt as our understanding of ethics evolves. And so as we conclude this vlog, shaping a responsible AI future, remember this, AI's potential is immense. But it comes with great responsibility. When we handle data with care, train models thoughtfully, and put ethics at the forefront, we build technology that's not just smart, but fair and just. Thank you for joining today's discussion. If you found this topic interesting, please like, share, and subscribe like usual. Drop any questions or thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation on ethical AI. Until next time, keep thinking about the impact of the technology you create and use. Bye for now.